We have our own interfaith work from the mosque, but it's not quite as advanced as Hizmet movement, and the mosque is a platform for anyone. So we let Hizmet movement move forward with their agenda, which we believe it is very effective in our community, portrayed Islam and Muslims in a positive way. Talk about charity. My name is Imad Enchassi. I have a Ph.D. in Islamic Studies. I'm a local imam here in Oklahoma City and also a chair of Islamic Studies at Oklahoma City University. Again, as an imam, the first verse was ever revealed was read. And the word read, from the Arabic perspective, indicate education. So Arabs said anybody who could read is an educated person. And the verses continue. Read in the name of your Lord, who created you, and it mentions reading and people coming together towards understanding and education. It's not a rocket scientist that the more educated you are, and statistically you would see that the people who are educated people are more open-minded, more tolerant, more loving, more understanding of world problems and world solutions, so to speak, than uneducated people. Now, the other aspect of Hizmet is bringing people from conflict zone together. The notion now, which one also adopted here in the United States, even now, right here in Oklahoma City, we're working on a dorm where people from different faiths, we're going to call it an interfaith dorm, where people from different parts of the world would roommate together. I had roommates who were not Muslim. At one time, I learned a lot more about Christianity. I learned a lot more about Judaism while I was here in the United States. So the more you bring people of different views together, the more they eat together, the more they drink tea together, the more they interact together socially, and the more they work together towards societal good, the less likely those people will have a conflict in the future. Maybe a lot of people might not read through it right now in this generation as we turn our TVs and see a lot of these conflicts around the world, but maybe within a couple of generations we're looking at towards something everybody's hoping for, which is world's peace. From day one, when we talk about charity, even from the prophetic tradition, he said even a smile is a form of charity. Never emphasized the recipients of charity. On the contrary, you would see some Quranic texts talking about charity goes to the poor and to the needy, irregardless of their background. Again, myself as a Muslim, I was on the receiving end of Christian charity at one time. And charity is, in simple form, is charity. Taking care of those people who are less fortunate, taking care of those people, and even if we employ that charity in social programs that would benefit eventually the less fortunate within our community and the poor, the destitute, the disfranchised within our community, charity still brings out the best of people. Gives chances to people who are poor and never had chances to reach a certain level, to reach a certain level. And this is something that is within every single culture and every single religion. In particular, Islamic religion, you know, is part of the pillars of Islam to be charitable to people, to other people. And there are many examples in the history that indicate the form of charity that has been given. Having Hizmet do exactly the same thing, and what I like more about it, maybe I could elaborate more, is the money that raised are being given to local charities, to actual organization within Oklahoma, the Red Cross, Habitat for Humanity, and other organizations to alleviate the suffering of the people within our state. Also gives us an advantage, or not an advantage, the word I'm looking for, but actually we are Americans, we are Oklahomans, and we're employing our charity within our own state and our own city. And also that speaks multitude of the movement as well. Any movement that has been successful has been criticized. That is not something new. If you're successful and you're good at it and you're sincere and you're going forward with it, you're gonna actually, from the Muslim perspective, expect criticism. How we deal with criticism is a totally different story. They're gonna be those accusations, they're gonna be those pointing the fingers and so on and so forth. But if we actually are sincere, and I believe that this particular Hizmet movement is very sincere. If we're sincere, we're going to expect these kind of things. These kind of things going to come either for political reasons or for social reasons, for jealousy reasons, whichever reason there is. But if we are sincere and we're doing what we're doing for the sake of a higher cause, then we're going to move forward. There is this story I always tell people about criticism, that Moses once was speaking to God. And God asked Moses, said, Moses, ask me and I will give you. And Moses said, oh God, I get so much criticism from people, make people happy with me. Then God says, well, people are not happy with me and I'm God. So for the most part, this is a funny story, but for the most part, we have to expect criticism. If we are on the right, you show me any biblical prophet that did not get any criticism, from Noah to Abraham, to Moses. Every single prophet was on a right path of social justice, of serving the poor, taking care of the needy, bringing all aspects of society together. And there's certain people not going to like that. Certain people are going to be jealous of that. Certain people are going to use that for a political motive and so on and so forth. And all is that saying is, even also from the Muslim perspective, the more people criticize, the more you ought to know that you're on the right track. As a local imam that's been doing this work for quite a long time, I've seen other interfaith organization. Of course, we spoke about the uniqueness of the Hizmet movement, in particular when it comes to interfaith dialogue. That's why, as a Muslim imam from the mosque, we'll let Hizmet movement do whatever they want, and we support them in any way we can, because they're really good at it. And we have our own interfaith work from the mosque, but it's not quite as advanced as Hizmet movement. And the mosque is a platform for anyone. So we let Hizmet movement move forward with their agenda, which we believe it is very effective in our community. Portrayed Islam and Muslims in a positive way, in a cultural way, in an artistic way, unlike what people normally see images on TV. However, there's also that criticism that you would see sometimes from within. You would see, for instance, Muslims would like to see more Islamic, maybe outreach within the Islamic community. Maybe programs done in conjunction with. We have some programs that are done with conjunction with other organizations, but for the most part, you would see sometimes maybe the movement maybe a bit more concentrated on Turkish culture, and you would see maybe the movement is sometimes somehow aloof from other Muslim organizations. This is from the Muslim perspective. Overall, as an individual, as an imam, as a leader in this community, I understand, and I fully understand the sensitivity, and I fully understand the vision and what we're trying to achieve. So I'll let it be. In my opinion, this particular movement, Hizmet movement, is an embodiment of sincerity.
I think that Fethullah Gulen, from what I have read of his works, has very interesting ideas. I particularly like his advocacy of a form of Islam that is compatible with the modern world, that is promoting peace, equality, and justice and freedom in the world.